Welcome one and all to a commentary of a match. This is for the championship match, round of 512, which is the very first round. I am joined by the lovely JNails. Hello. All right, so first thoughts on this board. See some village effects, coin at least. Sacrifice possibly. There is some trashing with raise.
The gains are a bit lacking. You just got Hill Fort, which can get you some fours, which is something, but not a lot in the context of a colony kingdom.
Right.
The Devil's Workshop, I guess, which technically is gains.
Also up to 4. So Prince costs 8, but double transport costs 6.
Workshop can gain Fisherman if you trash your first buy with Watchtower.
That is, as they say, a combo. Alright, so the openings were Fisherman Sacrifice and Sacrifice Silver.
They're blitzing out their moves. This is a kingdom that I would have had to think about for a bit.
Yeah, me as well.
I still have no idea what I would do here, and they're on turn 4.
Yeah, for sure. Changing the wrong volume things.
Hellfort's another way around that. Or you could buy it. No, never mind. I was gonna say you could buy something and toil it, but that would require multiple buys.
Yeah,
They
it's a
still
total
have
before
spec
your
check
actual
on,
buy.
don't they?
It seems to be, yeah.
I'll figure it out one of these days. Oh, it just says message to me.
All right, well, that's good. Yeah, I also think, yeah. Anyway, if chat says it's fixed, then it should be fixed. So that's good. All right, so yeah, sacrifice for trashing is good because you can get rid of your estates and coppers.
The
Prince has been
transport
gained.
prince thing is kind of interesting. Easy way to get a prince early and cheaply.
Yeah, the question is, what do you prince? You can prince a fisherman if it's your first turn of the shuffle. Otherwise, you don't really want to print. Watchtower doesn't really do much. It's like kind of a hireling. You don't want to once. I don't think you want to print a sacrifice or a
I think
raise.
fishermen, or even more ideally, would be imp if they had imps in their deck.
Right,
But that's probably a while away. I'm still a bit dizzied by the speed at which they're playing this. I have not formulated any thoughts, and there's a blitz on all their moves.
Yeah. Oh, you can't print Garrison, right? First consideration. And printing tends like 2 coins, not much else. Not really extra. Oh, but this is a Prince
Slow down and think
Fisherman.
about things. Goodness gracious.
We at least have Prince Fisherman. So that's quite nice. I wouldn't mind a raise.
Raise?
Yeah,
Or
wouldn't mind a
tent,
raise.
actually. I think tent seems pretty good. I would like to be the first player to get a hill fort.
Right. So what kind of force are you looking at gaining with the hill fort?
I haven't figured that out yet. I just know that it gains cards, and there's no other way to gain cards. So
Right. That's fair. Can gain garrisons if the piles are in the correct positions.
well, this is hilarious. So the first fisherman
Yeah.
didn't work, and then they drew another fisherman, and now it works because of the trigger to shuffle.
Yeah. So I got. There's no. Is there other draw than Watchtower? I guess there's Stronghold.
I mean, like most of the cards in the forts pile seem good. I mean, Tint isn't itself useful, but it gets you the other three cards,
Yeah,
which
it
are all
gets you
nice.
first tips as well. Mm. So there's no way to, unless you already have the hill fort, there's no way to gain a fort card and then cover it up with tent afterwards, right? There's no mid-turn gains except hill
Again,
fort.
yeah. Um,
It's also in Corsairs gained, with 2 golds and 1 silver being gained in this game.
I'm assuming the golds are off of Devil's Workshop.
Right.
Yeah, they both were.
Okay. Yeah, I think I like Corsair here. I think there's probably better things to be gained or bought with
Yeah, I
money.
don't think Corsair looks too important to me. Um,
So what do you do with your money anyway if you don't have plus buy?
oh, you could Prince the Sacrifice
Yeah, but then you have to
or
sacrifice. You
Cathedral.
have to trash. Yeah. You do have a 6 card
Given
opening hand every turn.
given the state of their decks, I would not Prince the Sacrifice. If you had some Hill
Uh,
Forts in there, you could strongly consider it.
hmm. Right. But more prints are being gained. Probably
Are we sure
trying
more
to.
Princes is what this deck needs right now?
Right.
Like you're currently looking at a Prince that is doing nothing. Like the Tint gain.
Yeah. So first turn game of the game. Yeah, so I think Raf has a pair of watchtowers. Um, so there's not really. I guess if you can draw more than 2 cards off of it if you sacrifice something. Is that true? Sort of 5 card hand plus 1 to 6 from print.
I
Sacrifice
feel like
something at
there's a
4. Yeah,
deck
I guess.
that could make use of Watchtowers effectively here. I don't think it's the decks they're building.
Right. I guess if you have a bunch of coins, you can play multiple terminal actions before your watchtower. Yeah, the second watchtower is mostly terminal and draw 1 card, which is not optimal, I would hazard. So yeah, definitely want hill forts. But what else do you spend your buys on?
I'll buy a gold.
Yeah, probably just want more fishermen. Mostly for lack of a better alternative.
So an interesting option there, I think, was I don't know if it's any good, but they could have toiled the Watchtower to draw the Prince in the other Watchtower, and then toiled the Prince to set aside the Watchtower.
Right, and then you successfully remove a Prince and Watchtower from your deck, which I think would be a good thing, but
Right.
doesn't really accomplish much, especially given then you draw. I guess it's a hireling, so you draw 1 card Watchtower, start of your turn, and then draw another card with Fisherman. I guess you have 2 Fishermen set aside now. That's quite nice.
The gold was not long for this world.
Hmm.
Like as if buying gold weren't bad enough. Your opponent already has Corsairs, and you already don't have a lighthouse. I don't know why you would walk right into that. He's bought a spoils.
Yeah. I don't hate getting rid of gold from this deck, but probably don't want to buy gold if you're planning on getting rid of it for your opponent's Corsair. Hmm. So 1 platinum has been gained apparently, which was a little while ago. Turn 12 of Alina. Um,
colony seems fine. I mean, probably build a little bit more if you wanted to, but there's no way to really score more than roughly a colony worth of points per turn, so
Right.
no need to be too ambitious.
Yeah, Alina's set up nicely with 3 set aside cards, which give them 4 coins and 2 draws every turn. I guess you could take. Yeah, Garrison's not great, but it's probably fine. Yeah, the game is probably by now just buying colonies and platinum, maybe.
Well, now I want to buy a hill fort. Wait, we didn't rotate it. Rotate the pile. Okay, how do you buy the hill fort? You haven't rotated.
You
You
want?
can even play the hill fort. No,
Yeah,
no,
but
you couldn't.
would
You need 7 5 for
you?
that.
Yeah, would you also want Hillfort over the colony at this point still?
I want hill fort.
Sure. I would also like a Hillfort, but it's good. Yeah, often one of the things that aren't very good. Hmm.
Is Garrison better than Sacrifice here? I feel like it is. Are they? Why did I think they could only play one of those? I guess they can play both.
I think Alina's deck is working better than
It's not
Raf's is,
too late
but
for a hill fort.
hmm.
No, don't rotate the pile. What are you doing? No. Don't you want to buy that?
Apparently not. I mean, Stronghold's worth points, so clearly it must be better. Hmm. Province is definitely not it, I think. So I'm actually not sure how much money Raf even has in their deck. Like they bought Colony, but buying Colony uh, resulted in them trashing the gold. So I'm not sure if they're quite unlikely to hit 11. I think. Also, don't like these watchtowers, given that you already have 3 draw cards set aside.
Yeah, I feel
Like,
like there was a world where you could play with watchtowers. Like if you get some early raises, and then
hmm,
the watchtowers would end up drawing a decent amount of cards.
right.
To answer Shanahan's question, I don't even know. Like I had not even remotely come close to figuring out what I was going to do in the opening of this kingdom when they just started uh, playing at a breakneck pace. I feel like this is the sort of kingdom where you'd want to think a bit. There's a lot going on. It's not super clear.
Right.
They just jump straight into the thick of things with seemingly no plan at all.
Mhm.
And then you get a deck full of useless watchtowers.
I did like the Transfer Prince for Fishermen. But yeah, like Rap went for Watchtowers, Alina did not, and Alina's decently ahead, comfortably ahead, I'd say. I'm also not sure whether Alina opted to rotate the 4 pile single time with their set aside tent.
This should be a win for Alina. I think you buy Colony here, and you got enough of a points lead that your opponent's not coming back.
Right. That's about double province and colony before you score any points at all.
That
And
estate seems super not good to me.
hmm.
That 1 point does not make a difference. It just hurts your deck.
Yeah. I think it's gonna matter, but I mean, estate's worth 2 points with your sacrifice, so there's that.
Just when I hit 11 one more time, and the
Mm-hmm.
estate is
Yeah.
not helping you with that.
So Raf is kind of forced to buy province because they have no other uh, way of like working towards a win. Like they have to hope that Alina just does nothing and kills over, basically. But Alina has a 7-card opening hand every turn, along with 4 coins, so they only need 1 coin for duchy. So even if Raf buys province every single turn, I'm not sure if it's can ever, even with the absolute worst possible draws for Alina, if it ever wins. Yeah, 1 short. If it said we're a copper, could have bought a copper, or could have gained copper with Devil's Workshop, but there's province for now. I think Alina just got it in hand. 4 coins off of Princess, +6, plus the 2 from Corsair. It's in the bag.
Indeed.
Yeah, 4 watchtowers was too many watchtowers.
Yeah, the Watchtower plus mass print strategy feels like
Mm.
quite the anti-synergy.
Yeah, for sure. Usually need something to synergize with Watchtower for it to be good. Like any draw to X enablers, like actions give you payload and allow you to have a smaller hand but still have active space left. The Watchtower to draw up. Yeah. Here we go. First game down. Victory by Alina on the as second player. So definitely favored in the match, being first player next while being up a game. I think they have to change up the play ordering. It's alternating starts. Calling time. Yeah, I'm still not sure what strategy would be optimal on that board. Probably something with hill forts, but what exactly? I don't really know.
I think maybe open like you probably open sacrifice raids to
hmm.
get thin. I could see opening something like sacrifice tent with toil around the terminal collision isn't really a big deal. Or maybe even opening with Devil's Workshop could be good. Like Devil's Workshop Watchtower or something.
Mm, can you expand on that? Like, I don't really see Devil's Workshop Watchtower, like Zero Trashers in the opening.
Oh wait, they got. No, this is right. All right, game two.
Yeah, there we go. All right, so there's Bridge,
Oh,
and
this is not a happy kingdom.
all right, so no village effects. I have not played with Berserker yet. Get a card.
No village
Militia
here, so
effects.
very little to do.
Hmm.
Um,
So no Bridge Mega Turn available.
Watchtower, I think, might be the best terminal here.
With Secret
Does well
Cave.
versus Berserker if they do that. Does fine with Secret Cave. If two Watchtowers collide, that's not so bad. You can make use of the top deck effect.
Right. Just Just open Cave Watchtower then. Hmm.
Secret Cave Watchtower seems totally reasonable. You could also consider a silver in there in place of one of those. Probably
Right.
some combination of those three
Yeah.
cards.
So Square doesn't really do much yet. I don't think easy mentioning the combo of Mark Square and any treasure, no matter how bad it is. This is a Magic
You
Lab.
could
Can we
wait
act?
till you have a Watchtower in hand and then buy Messenger and distribute curses.
Sure. That's an attack.
Wishing for golds. Wishing for gold sounds like a thing that might reasonably happen. Might also wish for farmlands. Depends on the scenario.
Yeah. So how are you activating lamp? Cave merchant, silver copper lamp, and any terminal, I guess. Gonna be hard with the limited amount of draw here. Messenger is the first buy. Seems
Alina is buying a
aggressive
lot
as
of
a terminals,
terminals.
yeah. So both players open silver and Rafdawg. Sort of open silver double merchant. Which I think I like more than just silver messenger merchant. Because messenger is the terminal and like you can't afford too many terminals here. That's
I
Berserker
feel
King.
like early on in the game, you're really trying to maximize the chance you get that lamp pop off.
Mm-hmm.
Because like once you start greening, that's gonna become progressively harder. And so I think what you really want is some combination of these non-terminal cards, like Secret Cave, Merchant, Market Square, and then
Yeah.
like a terminal or two and a silver, and then
Right.
you get a decent chance of drawing six in a hand.
Yeah, especially if
Yeah,
you.
Secret Cave probably the best of the three in terms of activating Magic Lamp.
Mm,
Because if you see it like early in your shuffle and you haven't seen the lamp yet, you discard three cards, and then your Secret Cave stays in play as a duration, and that makes it more likely to line up with the lamp next
yeah.
turn.
Also, if you get to play your cantrips like Mark Square Merchant and then play Secret Cave to discard. If you also have a Watchtower, you can find your like one or two of silver to be able to activate the magic lamp that way, perhaps. But right, so first Secret Cave
Got a
is being
Secret Cave
gained.
gained.
Right.
True, in fact.
All right. I like it. I like it. Raf.
So many terminals.
Uh, I mean, Raf didn't really have terminals yet, did they?
I'm
I think they only
scanning.
had merchants. Possibly another berserker. Maybe not even that.
Oh yeah, I'm getting mixed up. That was Alina who had all the terminals. You know, I want a watchtower, but these decks kind of already have too many
Hmm.
turn. Oh my goodness. I didn't even notice the harvest. Well, everyone but me apparently.
That's
Um,
also a terminal. It is a
the problem with harvest is that harvest is a terrible card.
yes, but it does have a different name than all the other cards in the kingdom, so it's good for Magic Lamp, you see. By which I mean it's not very good for Magic Lamp.
I'm gonna predict that no magic lamps get popped this game. I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, it's seeming increasingly unlikely. These berserkers are also not helping the secret cave, but you can probably weave it in a turn where opponent does not play berserker. Getting three merchants there is probably pretty good. Just merchant, like
Those
non-terminal
are
money.
fine.
Yeah, draw neutral money.
Man, I wasn't thinking to play with a stack of merchants, but like it's not terrible.
Uh,
Uh,
once you're not popping lamp, then probably next best thing to be gaining. Because I don't really want a lot of stock cards. And they get 4 coins.
so close to an activation.
Not quite.
Not convinced that's better than just trashing the berserker for nothing.
These merchants are quite sad.
Yeah, so like that's kind of the problem with merchants is like I feel like the stack of merchant strategy really requires a thin deck where you buy a silver, you buy a bunch of merchants, and you trash the other cards, so you find that silver every turn. If you're playing with a thick deck, where you also have to buy a bunch of silvers. Um,
Yeah, it kind of defeats the purpose almost. Then you have to still spend a lot of gains on getting your payload engine online.
okay. So there's a non-zero chance Alina could draw the magic lamp this turn.
Ooh.
It could happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Alina's deck should be going. Probably just more secret cage, try to find lamp, but it's getting increasingly
Too late.
unlikely.
Oh well, we didn't get the lucky draw.
Unfortunate. Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, that's not all that close.
And not the worst hand to be
So I
discarding from,
think
so just
the ship has sailed on Magic Lamp. Probably just my provinces now. Give up on your hopes and dreams.
probably just discard here. I think I might have discarded there to be able to spike a better price point next turn, because 5 doesn't really accomplish much for you.
I think popping lamp looked like a goal worth focusing on here.
Yeah. I think the wishes. So opponent's one game now, right? Yeah.
If you gained a farmland off of your wish, you would be able to do the trash for benefit thing.
Yeah.
The
Then
market squares are doubly confusing because, like, the main reason you'd want market squares if you had Watchtower, because then you could buy a copper or something and trash it to the Watchtower to trigger your market squares. But they don't have Watchtowers, so what's the market square doing? It's giving you plus buy, but you don't need plus buy. I don't have money to make use of plus buy.
right.
Could have activated here. Could they have? Let's see. They had a secret cave, a market square, copper, silver, messenger. Oh, sure enough. That's sad.
Alex as well. Well, they play with all the cards except the one of the better cards. I think in the Watchtower.
Donald X seems confused. Annex is on a card.
Yeah, and buying Annex with a single coin seems optimistic as well. Guess I repaid it immediately. Oh, of course, with the secret cave, right?
Should we see activation here? Oh, so
so close,
close.
so close. Yet so far. I guess can you set up a lamp pop with Annex? Not guaranteed, but
There might be a scenario where you could do that actually. We need to be a pretty specific context.
yeah, I guess if you
I don't think there's any way to do that reliably, just because like Annex, the more you think about it, it's like so much worse than it seems. Because like you don't get to
yeah,
choose which cards you top deck. So
right, but
either you're at the very bottom of your shuffle,
yeah,
and then you have a bunch of cards to choose from in your discard, but you still have to choose all but 5. So you can't just select 6 unique and put them on top.
all right,
Or you're
it's
like
all right,
one turn through your shuffle, and you could effectively choose like 6 unique cards, but then they're being shuffled into a deck that's got a bunch of other cards in
all
it. So
right,
there's no way that Annex can do that in the way that like
right.
I don't know, In could.
Yeah, I misread the Annex. I thought it was shuffle up to 5 cards in your deck, but that's not how it works. You can leave out 5 cards, right? So yeah, it's probably a long shot.
I lost a hard bot once. It was tragic.
Mm. Guess you might as well play the second secret cave and then discard. Probably, again, would rather have 3 coins next turn than 4 coins this turn. Just buy nothing.
Discard here. Actually, yeah. I would discard here. That seems right.
Because
4 isn't getting you a whole lot.
No. Might have been different if you had like some debt to repay, but I guess they had some debt to repay this turn. These Duchy and Secret Cave piles are getting kind of low.
I wonder if this ends on a 3 pile. Yeah, I think it's in Rafdawg's interest here. I was about to say it's in Rafdawg's interest here to gain a secret cave to lower that pile because they got a points lead, and so they could aim for secret caves and duchies. But we want more market squares.
Next few. You're not allowed to get buying Annex every turn. I thought if you just gain Secret Cave with Berserkers and then buy Annex every turn, but buying Annex every turn is not trivial. Guess you could do it every other turn, but Province here is nice. Extend the points lead. I like extending the points lead.
I wonder if I feel like a farmland into province there is probably better. It's 2 more points.
You lose out on
The
the
gold is
gold, but
marginally better in your deck, but
yeah, deck's
you're only
really
going to see that
thick.
most one more time.
Right. Once again, just shy of lamp. I guess we're not just shy because you had 3 merchants in play.
Secret cave plus annex there, I think.
Yeah, 7 again here. Not quite enough for province, but yeah, lowering the secret cave pile and the dashi pile as well seems pretty good. Just buying a straight duchy.
Maybe annex.
Also
With
works.
maybe it's just secret cave plus buying a duchy would be better. Yeah.
It lowers the dashi pile all the same, and you don't get 1 debt. Estate seems not worth it to get a point. I guess you can pile estates and secret caves instead of dashi and secret cave. It is slightly easier.
It doesn't feel like they're looking at the 3 pile threat at all.
Still 10 points to catch up for Lena. Yes, Raph, you just buy Alex here. I think. Random banners?
Yellow banners on the heirlooms.
Are they always there? Look at the Harvest doing its best gold impression.
The yellow banners on the heirlooms.
Let's see.
Oh, not on the heirlooms, on Secret Cave. If you look at Secret Cave.
At the bottom? Weren't they always there?
Yeah. I think not.
So ask Rafdawg if you buy that here, your opponents can't gain province. Probably worth it.
Yeah, so regarding this whole chat conversation, buying province there strikes me as totally reasonable. Like the scenario in which you don't buy the penultimate province is when it's close in points.
Right.
Like if you're at 40 and your opponent's at 42, you don't buy the penultimate province because then they buy the province and then they win 48 to 46. But if you're behind by like more than 6 points in a big money game, you might as well buy that penultimate province because probably your only chance of winning is if you happen to get both provinces.
Yep. What's our win gain on turn 25?
This is not the turn I would gain the Watchtower.
The game there was irrelevant. It's still ended on a 3 pile, one of which was province.
All right.
One apiece. Between gold and platinum.
Check the periodic table.
Bank, sometimes. All right, so I guess it's
gold. Where's platinum?
all right. So first time I'm seeing Fantasy Scribes playing an action. Huh. Draw something. And how do we gain favors in this board with contract? Okay, so every contract has sort of kind of plus draw on it.
Oh, this is tricky. So gold is 79 and platinum 78. Now that explains why there's no 4-coin treasure, because there's no element in between. There's nothing you could possibly name it. Anyways, we got a kingdom, and I haven't even looked at it.
All right, so there's Recruiter, which is usually a good card.
So I hear. Yeah, so getting to 5 for recruiter seems really good. I would think Bard silver, sacrifice silver, or yeah, I think those are the only two things I would consider.
What about
Bard silver is a bit better at hitting 5. Sacrifice silver a little bit worse at hitting 5, but you come with a sacrifice that you want anyway for trashing the coppers.
Can I interest you in a contract turn 1 to be able to afford 5?
What did they do? They opened Anvil Potion seems horrible. Contract open seems even worse. These are not good opens. So the problem with contract is it's not recruiter, first off. So getting that out of the way. But also like at this stage of the game, it's just like buying a silver for 5, which why would you buy a silver? The reason you buy a silver is to get to 5, but you already have 5, so to buy the card you really wanted. That doesn't make any sense. Anvil
Although,
Potion is awkward. None of the potion cards are any good here. Maybe you could play with transmute, but like you're not opening transmute. you're,
like transmute is constellation price if you don't hit 2 potion, which happened to Rav turn 6.
Wait, do we not set aside the transmute with the contract? I'm so why did you? Why not? Why'd you get the transmute if you don't want to play it? I'm lost.
So let's transmute you again. Trash estate, gain gold. That seems fine-ish. Gold gives you 6 villagers. So that's nice. Yeah, next seems mostly be revolve around recruiter. Not a lot of draw here. I guess there's seer, but not that many good seer hits. I guess there's blast village and silver mostly. Bard, if you have enough actions from your recruiters and blast villages. So maybe buy like 2 recruiters, and then some seers and a couple of bards and blast villages.
Yeah,
And then
I think
and then
2
your
recruiters, and then you buy seers until you can buy colony. At some point in there, you add anvil, not in the open. Do not open anvil. Not as a general rule, just in this game, don't open anvil because it's not helping you get to 5. And then yeah, like 1 or 2 recruiters to help you trash, and then seers for draw, and then anvils to gain blessed villages and bards for payload.
yeah. And once you run out of stuff to trash with your recruiter, your opponent's familiars will provide the food for them. So it's also nice. I guess you can also like create your own food with Anvil game forecast to trash with recruiter for enough villagers, and also continually be able to play your draw too. But yeah, getting thin would be very nice.
I feel like probably contract just shouldn't get gamed this game. Like it's not a terrible card here, but it's not seer and it's not recruiter and it costs 5.
Yeah. I feel like gold being bought.
Oh god, when did that happen?
Yeah, I don't think I want like any of the base yellow cards. I think the payload should just be
There's a
bards and
building block.
seers, maybe.
Did I misunderstand you?
There's a golden hand, maybe not bought. Oh, did they Mountain's Gift? I
I
mean,
got the gold off
sorry,
of
Scout's Gift? Oh, Transmute, right, of course, that makes sense.
Transmute, gain the gold.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Yeah, I think silver is not only better than contract. I think silver is a better card than gold here, given that it can be drawn by seer.
Right. Rafdawg's getting curves up the wazoo here. I don't think Raf has more than one treasure. Like they have Recruiter. And sacrifice is who's? This will be Raf's.
I think as Alina there, I would have either gained a second anvil or probably more likely a sacrifice to get rid of these coppers, and then a second anvil shortly thereafter. And then just buy seers until the pile is empty or you're hitting 11 reliably.
Yeah. Thing is good and draw is also good.
Oh, ew, Rafdawg. That is disgusting. Don't buy gold. There's people watching. You know, shame.
Oh, that
If you want a
contract.
recruiter food, you could have just bought a province for 8. That's 2 more villagers. Not like you need the villagers here.
No. So another contract being gained over the other fives. Yeah, I think most of the strategy content we've provided. Anyway, let me build your deck. I mean, I guess contract does just like give you a draw as well with fellowship of scribes, but
I was not to set aside the potion there. The like it's not a terrible play. Obviously, the potion has outlived its utility. Well, probably maybe Alina could use the transmute, but more so if you want to get rid of the potion, you can trash it with a recruiter later. And that A gives you villagers, but more importantly, B I think copper is the worst trump card in your deck because the potion can at least be drawn by seer, whereas the copper can't.
yeah. Yeah, just like even if they did the same thing, costing 4 would be better than costing 0. This contract can draw a card, right? If you play it as an action.
The islands are gonna run,
So they
seeing
could
how this
have.
game is going, but
I
I
think
don't
they
see
could
an
have.
imminent third pile.
I think they could have played contract, draw a card of Fellowship of Scribes, and then played without Blast Village at top deck, and then draw on. Yeah. Elected to play the contract as a treasure instead. I think I like playing Blast Village and then Seer. Oh wait, never mind, I was looking at wrong. Yeah, because then you reveal 3 fresh cards and don't draw any unknown cards. Because they have what 2 cards top deck that didn't cost 2 to 4. So draw the first one with Blast Village and then draw Seer. Some of my chat actually barred that bad here. No, it's not. I think I like getting bards with anvils if I have enough thermal space in my deck. If I
I feel
don't have,
like optimal play here involves playing with 2-ish anvils, using your buys on seers, and then gaining blessed villages and bards for the most part.
yeah,
Maybe a few silvers. No, probably just bard is better than silver here. And then
yeah, because you do have
your
enough
deck is
villagers.
seers, blessed villages, and bards, and then you just buy a colony at a time.
Yeah, second half seems nice.
Ooh, setting aside the island. Looks like it turned out all right.
Guess that's like copper.
Ooh, Potion or the copper?
Mm,
I'm not sure which of those is better. I guess it's hard to say with certainty given the uncertainty of Fellowship of Scribes. Probably would have sacrificed the copper, not triggered Scribes, and bought an. You know, I was gonna say buy an anvil, but it's kind of late in the game to be building.
not sure how many seers either player has. Like, if you are the only player with potion, could do some like pressure on the familiars at the third pile. Because curses and islands are gone.
These decks are very short on seers
For sure. I'm not sure how the
and
split is.
have an inexplicable number of golds in them.
Hmm,
Why did you take that now?
right.
They already had 11
Yeah,
in
yeah,
hand. There's nothing that
yeah.
could have possibly helped them to draw. They could have just set the Sea's gift aside for the next turn.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Uh, Pride is province, I guess. You need points at this point.
Yeah.
Sacrificing the island here looks pretty good.
It gives you the points as well. You can draw. Shouldn't lose any points. That's nice. Sunskip not discarding anything there.
Like the seer buy.
I wanted to discard silver there from the Sunskip, I think. Just ditch all the stock cards.
Here we trash the copper, sacrifice the island. Hope to get to 11.
They do. But not quite 11. So if you transmute a contract, you get both things, right? Is that how it works?
Both things.
Which would be dash to transmute, which is probably not great. But
I think I would have transmuted the copper there. You can sacrifice the transmute you gained off of it. Not super clear.
I do only have one single sacrifice in your deck, so colliding them will be challenging. And so Alina is drawing deck, which is very nice. They do have an anvil, so they can both build a bit as well as gain colony.
Fort or Blessed Village.
I could
Both
have
seem fine.
played the Crusader just to trash a copper. Had plenty of actions left. I guess, yeah, contracting the Crusader might be better. And just trash a familiar, I guess. Doesn't really do much in your deck. Seer does not draw familiar, does it? Not sure how the potion costs.
No. Yeah. Seer only draws things costing from 2 to 4, and 3+ potion is not
right.
from 2 to 4.
So then recruiting the familiar is actually improving your deck quality. They recruited a copper, which is also defensible. Especially since you're, yeah, the one copper is useful for the anvil, but any copper beyond that, not as much. Yeah, I think that's just drawing deck every turn now, and Raf is not. See it. In games minion, usually the player who draws their deck every turn is better than not.
Yeah, broadly speaking, Alina seems to have played this better. The 2 gold buys were egregious errors that should have been seers, but aside from that, like the general composition of this deck looks reasonable.
Yeah, could have gotten at this point a bit quicker and more reliable, but they got there in the end.
Opening was super dubious as well.
Do you take this Flame's Gift?
I don't know if you trash that copper.
No, because now you don't have anvil. I guess you get. They looked ahead and knew they were gonna fight Mounds Gift eventually.
So it worked out okay. I was thinking you'd keep the copper for something for Recruiter to trash.
Right. As well. You don't mind trashing the silver now, because you also don't mind not playing the recruiter and checking his out of contract again. Yeah, if you hadn't just trashed the copper, you could play Anvil there and discard copper and still hit 11. You're just shy now. Not sure if I like spending the favor there because you already had 11 in hand.
Yeah.
Not sure if there's a single card you want to draw there.
This looks like it'll get to 11, and then that should be the game.
Yeah. I think I like playing Recruiter there first because you might want to kill the Bard. I guess you can, if you play the Bard first, you can spend the favor, of
This
course.
I don't like this one bit.
I'm not sure why you
I just
discard the
wanted to hit
Recruiter
11.
there. Yeah. You can discard
Yeah.
like a silver over Recruiter, then
You
use Recruiter to draw something, maybe.
you don't need a gold in your deck. I would have
That as
played the
well.
recruiter
Oh,
as
just
a
not
second pot.
discarding. Yeah. Just not discarding at all. So you can just, if you
If you
play the
had
Recruiter.
11 in your hand already, you could have taken the gold, I guess, but you
Yeah.
didn't. So
Yeah, and Alina's so far ahead, you might as well. Like if you have to trash a colony to hit 11 off of your recruiter, then that's fine in this spot. Just lowering the colony
yeah,
pie by 1 and not
yeah,
getting any points
totally fine.
is pretty decent. Just seems to be in the bag once again.
Yeah, totally resignable position.
I didn't get that this turn, but
Seer, I like the seer buy.
yeah. So there's now a race to get the last colony before Raf can get enough points with their mediocre deck, which isn't a very close race, but getting to the finish line
There's not even
that
a
bit quicker.
race. Like
No.
if they just buy provinces back and forth, Alina's the only one with an anvil, and so like their deck is at least improving slightly over
Right.
time. And I guess the bard as well gets you some boons.
Yeah.
I'll get one close. Uh
You could have just trashed province there over silver, maybe. Could be maybe
would have
that's
been
greedy.
reasonable.
It's more seers. It's good.
Uh
Trash wisp. Oh yeah, I didn't really.
Interesting choice of sacrifice. Honestly, like sacrificing the duchy wouldn't be ridiculous. You lose
That's
a point, but your
yeah.
deck's thinner.
1 point is
Um,
probably unlikely to matter.
but like
It also makes your seers slightly better.
there's nothing really that Rafdawg could be doing here except for
Mm.
resigning. Like the game is over.
I want to play the blast Village there first, because now you just review a card that you already revealed that you're sure is not a 2 to 4 cost. Like if at all possible,
Yeah.
you want to see as many new cards as possible with your seer. All right. That's so.
Yeah,
Hmm?
I
Oh.
forgot to hit buy the colony, I guess.
Yeah. So far, second players won every single game. Wonder how that if that
Second
is
player
going to.
advantage too strong.
Yeah. You can see what your opponent buys in the first turn and gives you an information advantage. Right, Alina's will be right back, so that gives us an opportunity to look at the board and see what's up. So
This
what
looks like a strong one.
is
Very
up?
interesting.
There's trashing with goat herd.
Uh,
There's some cycling villages. There's buy. All the hallmarks of a good engine.
Black market will be great.
Mm-hmm.
Gray market will be pretty good here because you can get two quarries in play, and then gray markets cost next to nothing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think like, Capital City is fine draw on its own, but I would like to buy some additional draw cards from the black market.
You open Code Herd Quarry, Black Market Quarry. Oh, the Black Market does actually work with Quarry, doesn't it? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, do you start on the trashing or do you delay it for a bit to buy some better
Good
cards?
question. I think I like opening Quarry on the 4. Uh, hmm.
There's a lot of plus buy.
I think I'm gonna say Black Market Quarry. Final answer. Like
Okay.
the trashing is fine, but the 5s here are good,
Hmm.
and so I'd be okay delaying the Goat Herd a little bit.
Right. So yeah, single trashing is not that quick, and you can use Black Market to get some draw cards in your deck and accelerate being able to play your Goat Herd multiple times instead of.
5-2 is pretty good. Just open a Sculptor.
So it's that rules question. If you buy a mission and the next turn you can still not buy cards off a black market, right? Because you cannot buy
Mission of Black
cards
Market.
at
Ew,
all.
festival? What are you doing? That's not a card you buy. Alina was the one with the 5-2 last time, right? I'm pretty sure it's the second
Yeah.
time in a row they have had the 5-2 and opened with a glorified silver. Um, this festival is doing nothing. Now buy the real 5s. Not Skirmisher is not. What do you? Ew. It's like all the wrong 5s. Sculptor is like the clear best 5 to open with here because you can gain a quarry off it to your hand.
Right.
So it's like also having all the advantages of a 4-3 open. I would at least accept Capital City because like Capital City is a good card that you want in this deck. But man, Festival and Skirmisher are both gross. Changeling? The hell are you doing with a changeling?
And copying your skirmisher.
Why are there skirmisher?
Then if you gain skirmisher off of changing it, you attack your opponent.
The changeling also buffs the goat herd to add insult to injury. Sheepdog looks beautiful. You got 5, so probably I'll just pass on this and buy a sculptor.
Right, but
If I had 6 or 7, maybe I'd consider Sheepdog a little bit more strongly because it's a good card.
yeah,
But
especially with the black market.
here the opportunity cost here was passing up on a $5 buy from the kingdom.
Yeah. Like I don't hate Festival because it's plus buy with Quarry, but like not over one of the other 5 as you mentioned.
But they didn't have a core. They bought the festival turn 2.
Yeah. Like as a card you at some point gain in this kingdom.
There are lots of cards that are good at some point in the kingdom that are still
Yeah, sure.
terrible openers.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't agree it as an opening.
Yeah.
But highway,
Yeah, Highway seems pretty good.
but it's better than the 5s on board. Once again. Also, only a single quarry has been gained so far, which is not
Highway's advantage is mitigated a little bit by the fact that Quarry's in the kingdom. Black market generally loves cost reduction though.
sure.
But Highway will still be pretty good.
Ooh, you
Right. Like
can.
in
Oh,
this
you can
kingdom, you play
sculpt
Black
grand
Market, you play
markets.
a Quarry, you play a Sculptor,
Ah.
you sculpt Grand Market.
I like where this is going.
Or sculpt Capital City. Oh, why are Skirmishers at 3? That card is not that good.
Yeah, but it says attack,
They got a
so
little bit fixated on the attack. Yeah.
yeah.
Sculptor and Capital City are both at 10. Skirmishers at 3. Oh no, that's tragic.
So Alina managed to gain a grand market on turn 9. is by playing a gold. When did they buy the gold or gain the gold? Oh, they gained gold. They bought a gold on turn 5. Huh.
I didn't even notice that.
That seems
Obviously, had I
suboptimal.
noticed that, I would have probably made an exasperated sigh or some other noise of dismay.
Yeah, the skirmish are a whole lot of peddlers. Do we get to? Oh, you can buy Grand Market here with Corey. It's probably good.
Sculptor time. Sculptor, please. Pretty please. Capital City would also be fine.
No. Like, you can even buy Grand Market there over Skirmisher. Like, the attack isn't that good. Like, having your opponents have
Yeah,
two
like
more
if
coins.
your deck is fully functional, you can start to think about attacking with Skirmisher.
Yeah,
But
so then they
these
have
decks are
to.
not working.
Your opponent has to like discard 2 actually good cards. Decent, but like they're now just discarding coppers or estates, which doesn't really um, slow them down by that much. It's also still only one black
Should I
market
buy a
apiece.
Skirmisher? Please, please.
Province!
That's worse. I take it back. Buy a Skirmisher. I shouldn't have said anything. Province already? What are you doing?
This is a good
Yeah, you
turn.
still haven't bought any of the good cards.
I mean,
Sculptor and Capital City are in.
Aquarius been bought. That's a good card, isn't
True.
it? Black market. Alright, there's its first capital
We got a
city.
Capital City.
We're on the
It's
board.
walking up. Wild Hunt looks good.
Mm,
Although
it's
Rafdawg
just
has
Smithy,
no
right?
villages, right?
No, both the festival and capital city were gained by Alina.
So Rafdawg desperately needs villages now.
Yeah. So they cannot gain this turn. They did not buy any 3 cost. So no warehouse, no goat herd, no changeling even. Would imagine changeling, but nothing. Oh, changeling you can buy changeling because it's not an action card that got reducing cost, of course. So all 4 of the grand markets are in Alina's deck, which is nice. Ooh,
I didn't know.
you're
Stop!
making you're making JNails angry.
No. Oh.
Alright, so this changeling is not doing
Okay, Capital
much.
City. You need a Capital City.
Yeah, Capital City is definitely better than.
Ah, that you do.
No, but you see, they had 8, so clearly they need more money instead of more things to actually increase their payload.
Oh man.
All right. So, tip of the day: if you put
When
more
did this
money,
changeling get gained?
uh, they
This is
bought
the
it.
changeling from turn
Oh
5.
yes,
Just now getting turned into
yes.
that changeling junked up their deck for 10 turns.
All right. So getting back to my tip of the day: if you add money cards to your deck, you sometimes draw them and sometimes have more money in your hand. If instead you put more draw cards in your deck, draw all your money every turn. That's usually better.
Exactly. No, not Grand Market.
Is this double?
Uh,
Is it going to be double performance? Place your bet now. It is not. Okay.
you like Sculptor double Capital City.
I don't hate second black market.
Ooh. Scepter looks great, although can they afford that? Collection also looks great. I don't. They can't
Nope.
afford either. It's
Nope.
sad.
They can afford a 5 cost action, but could have bought in just to like play the sheepdog and set up their draw for next turn. It's probably better than
Festival.
Festival.
I mean, Festival is at least a village,
Yes.
which they did need a village, but Festival is not the good village. Festival is the very bad village.
It does synergize with the quarry, but Capital City also synergizes with the quarry because Capital City allows you to actually draw the quarry. Alright, I've got good news. They won't be tempted by skirmish anymore. I like them. Is that good?
I think I would lean towards Hunter on account of you can play the quarry, and so it's only a 3 cost.
Right, yeah. And then can buy another good card. They wouldn't have been able to buy Grand Market, as they did.
Would have played the black market before triggering the shuffle there. If you end up buying a good card, you could get it into that shuffle.
Yeah.
Probably Tragic Hero here.
I was kind of looking at a bridge there, because it's a stop card. But
these decks don't work.
I don't think it matters much what cards Alina clicks. I think they're solidly ahead. Rafdawg is not doing much at all. There's too many terminals, too many junk cards still. Yeah, Valina just puts some Capital City in her deck as draw threes. Like they played the first one last turn and drew a bunch of cards. Maybe that
The
whet
best
their
time to add
appetite.
Capital City is 15 turns ago. The second best time to add Capital City is right now.
I thought you were going to say second best time is 14 turns ago.
Yeah, it's really the 16th best time to add Capital City is right now.
Double province, lowering the pile, yeah. Probably like good enough. Right, they hit their action before their one hunt, so that's nice.
So yes, the takeaway here is if you don't put any draw cards on your deck, your deck does not work. You buy gold, your deck works even less than before.
Yeah. Draw and thinning is good in a deck builder. You heard it here first. By first, I mean, not maybe first.
Breaking new ground here.
Probably warehouse
Four
here. Warehouse might be better than nothing. Definitely better than silver.
Yeah, I was considering whether mission was helpful because, like, I feel like in the ideal version of this kingdom, mission gets bought a lot, but they don't have any cards in the deck that would actually take advantage of mission at all.
Yeah. So that would mostly be sculptor, goat herd.
I think I'm still gonna what?
All right. We got there.
You said.
Oh, that the good cards for mission would be sculptor and goat herd.
So, like stuff you could do on mission, you could play your sculptors gaining grand markets. If you didn't have a quarry in play, you could still gain changelings and turn them into more sculptors.
Right.
You could buy rituals and score points that way. Like if you're drawing your deck and you just like gain and play some stuff and then buy ritual a few times, you could score a decent amount of points off of mission turn.
Right.
But that requires deck control, which they obviously did not remotely have.
Right. So there's a match point for Alina. And Raf would need to win the next 3 in a row.
Indeed. All right, what do we got going on here? This looks pretty strong. I think Messenger opening looks pretty reasonable to me because there's some good cheap cards, and so plus buy is actually useful right out of the gate for buying lackeys and pixie.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there's not really good other things to buy on for. Like both silver and village are kind of mopey.
I don't know what I distribute with Messenger. Probably doesn't make too much of a difference, but I like buying Messenger, and then I just want to spam lackeys.
Yeah, actually a good card. Probably on kind of fit.
Settlers is
Relatively
not the
soon.
right answer. Pixie and Lackeys are two very strong cards. In
Mhm.
particular, Lackeys is a very strong card. Settlers has the problem of being just kind of nothing. Like it's not harming your deck, but it's passing up on
Yeah.
a number of much stronger
Yeah, it's
options.
mostly the opportunity cost. Like if you could get a seller free, you'd most of the time take it. But it's like adding a settlers kind of removes a lackeys you could have had from your deck.
Yeah, the problem with Settlers is there's some powerful twos in this kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
5 could be counterfeit. Could just be like a Lackeys in a village or double Lackeys, Lackeys
Right.
Pixie. Distant Lands is not the right answer. It is turn 4 and
Yeah.
we're buying victory cards.
Distant lands would probably
That
be
is
a distant last in which card I'd buy there.
Duchy is probably still
Sure.
worse.
Yeah.
So
But
I'll give it
then,
second to last.
but like, if Dutchy was the word, then the pun doesn't work. It's already 2 and 5 here. Yeah, like comes fit. I like it. Definitely want kind of fit in my deck. Maybe a second one at some point. I guess yeah, I already have goats, so I don't really need the second counterfeit by that much.
Buying Distant Lands.
Your opponent's scoring points, so definitely you should definitely catch up on points. What's payload? Payload is you don't really need payload for a little while.
I'll probably play with a Grave Robber eventually.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
Grave Robber
rush.
Farmland actually. You can do some interesting stuff with that. I I, I think Grave Robber
Um,
trashing and regaining farmlands because that triggers the effect now. Since the change.
but you can't trash farmland with Great Robber, so yeah, we would have to trash it with goats. That's the only way, right?
You gain a farmland from the trash, trashing a
Mm.
farmland that's in your hand,
Oh,
and
right.
then you gain a province off of that.
Right. I gotcha. So then, at some point, a farmland would have to enter the trash through a goat.
What was the question?
So the way the farmland enters the trash initially would have to be through a goat play, because there's no other way of
Buy a
trashing green
different
cards.
farmland.
Right, sure. So you buy farmland, then buy another farmland, and then you're off if you have Great Robert. In all news, Distant Lands is at 1, Pixie is at 10, and Max is at 5. Yeah. If you haven't played with Pixie, you should probably click on it and then be surprised at how good it is, and then click on it more and later in future games. Pixie does do some stuff. It seems so unassuming, but like getting a good boon twice can really accelerate your deck composition.
What a thought about trashing the goat there, right? Like this estate is the last estate. I'm presuming it's the last estate, right? Surely because it's turn 9 already.
Sure.
How'd you get
Mm,
this guy out of your deck with the counterfeit?
yeah, there's one state left, and there it is.
Well, if you're buying farmland to trash the estate anyway, surely you trash the goat. Like the goat is just a copper at this point.
Hmm. Right, south of this lands have gone. What do you buy for 5? Lackeys? Lackeys Village.
I
I don't hate it. I guess
Village Lackey seems totally fine.
I think you already have 6 villagers, so I might like double
I mean, yeah,
lackeys.
like double Lackey seems better to me, but Village Lackey's has got the right spirit.
Yeah. That's slightly odd ordering, but so is that. Spending a villager on lackeys before playing your village. So they're left with 1 action at the end of this turn, so they could have saved the villager, but playing
Yeah,
their
they wasted
cards
Villager for no reason there.
in the other order.
Double Lackey's Grave Robber.
Mm-hmm. You can also
Don't buy a farmland. There's a farmland in the trash. You buy a grave robber, it's coming with a free
Yeah.
farmland.
Could have also not played silver and like farmland the silver into a grave robber if you really want the farmland itself, which you probably don't. But
If you were gonna buy the farmland there for some reason, leave a copper in your hand, and then you could do farmland double lackeys, turning the
right,
copper into a lackeys.
like that. All right, Pixie. There we go.
A pixie
But
buy.
like
Okay.
the piles are getting really low. Like 3 lackeys, 3 villages, and especially with messenger on the board, that could be gone real quick. That was 9. Farmland into farmland province. Okay.
Lackeys, okay. So how much does it cost to pile here? Costs
11.
11
11,
and
yeah.
4 buys.
4 buys is uh, tough.
A lot for these decks.
Yeah, they both have like 2 messengers in the counterfeit, which you would need to draw all of them. I don't love playing the messenger as Ox there. I just want to. I probably would just spend a villager, play the lackeys. It would then cost another additional villager to be able to play another action card, but I think it's fine.
This looks like a win, isn't it? This is probably 11 money.
3
Two,
buys.
four, six,
Yeah,
eight, 10.
4
Yeah, this
buys,
is
yeah.
11. That's a win.
If they see it. Nope.
Oh, they don't see it.
Yeah,
If
they could have
you,
played messenger.
oh no, this is, oh god, what did, yeah, so they had the win in hand. They just had to counterfeit the silver
Yeah.
and buy messenger, distribute villager, buy villager, and then 2 lackeys, and then you win.
Yep. Still has solid points lead here. 8. I guess solid this might be oversetting it, but 8 points ahead. Probably enough. I think I could have bought province there by counterfeiting something. Might not have been worth it, but I think I kind of have to with piles this low. Like you're basically banking on Raf not seeing the pile out for a little while longer, which might be a safe assumption, but
Now, they still have the pile out because the lackeys low, so
3 buys is enough.
nope, they still don't see it.
Yeah, 9 would be required here.
They don't have to trash the goat. They could trash the silver if they were so inclined.
I say I only need 7 and
Either
2
way, they would
buys.
win.
Yeah, so seems like Rafdawg has more draw in a thinner deck. Like Raf is all out of starter cards except the goat. While Alina still
Gain
has
2 farmland is a
copper.
little trickier now. You can't gain farmland off of farmland anymore.
So if you counterfeit the gold, there's 3, 6, 9, 13 coins for Alina here.
I think I would kill the gold here because like you don't have a win, I don't think, and
No,
that's like the only payload in their deck.
right. No, I was thinking like if there's a farmland to province line maybe, but if
Well,
you
there,
if you if
there
you
it
if you,
goes.
if you kill the gold, you probably do it with farmland to gain province. You still have 6 villagers. I don't think you have to be afraid of spending
They
them.
really don't want to run out of villagers. Okay, so we still got the win in hand. Uh, we just buy messenger. Well, maybe they'll see it this time because this
Yeah,
time you don't have to do the messenger thing. You just buy 3 villages outright, and they can probably see that.
yeah. Just have 9 coins.
You get this.
Going
They
for
see
it.
it. They see it. They see it.
9 coins, 3 villagers. No. I mean, is
Oh,
this
it
half PP?
is it.
No, not quite. Yeah. Pro tip: the game ends once 3 piles are empty, and then you count points, and whoever has the most points at that point wins the
There's
game.
like accidentally 3 pile on farmland now. Meanwhile, Elena's deck has no money and no nothing in it.
Sure has a duchy. Only 3 points behind now, and a whole lot of deck control. Player like these.
So
I mean, still, yeah, it's still good enough, right? 7 wins. Still good enough if you can't fit silver. And then my messenger villager. I mean, it's been in the hand multiple times. Or you mean eight in hand? There's no 8 in hand anymore, but there's farmland in hand. So can't fit silver, buy farmland. Yes. All right. Yeah. 3 pile, 4 pile. A classic 4 pile. All right. Rafdawg clawing back. Hoping to get the underdog win. So the first player who reaches 3.5 points is the winner's match. So that needs to. This is an interesting kingdom.
Looks like a pretty clear bank mega turn, but getting there is tricky. Your only draw
Right.
is either buying expeditions, which actually looks pretty viable here, or king's courting cards, which also looks viable here. And
Right.
so it's some combination of doing those two things.
All right. So you want to play. Yes. How do you
Silver Armory,
get
Pageant
7?
Armory.
Probably with. Yeah.
I think these openings look fine. I'm not desperate to hit 5 here, and there's some good cheap cards. So opening with Armory looks okay.
Throwing with one other action card in your deck seems a bit early, but I would like throwing it as a card. And not
Bandit
quite
Camp
yet.
seems pretty bad. I don't think I want any Bandit Camps in this deck.
Is Bandit Camp here better or worse than Pawn?
I want pawns in the deck, and I don't want bandit camps. So I would think
right.
that
And there's your answer.
surely pawn must be the better card.
Conspirator is
Pawn
gonna.
or border guard are both good draw cards. Charm as well is not bad. Like the tricky thing here is getting deck control because the draw is very finicky. And so stop cards are bad. Bandit Camp is functionally a stop card because while it is a cantrip, it junks your deck with the spoils. Don't really want spoils here because spoils doesn't do anything with bank.
Spoils does allow you to reach 7, but probably still not worth it.
Pageant lets you reach 7.
Right, that works. Yeah, if you want plus buy from the pawn, deal to buy either a bunch of 2s or expedition plus other stuff or multiple expeditions maybe.
I'm actually wondering if maybe bank should be your first 7. I mean, like, hard to say King's Court is a bad choice, but I feel like I might want like a bank in the deck, and then now you got payload for whenever you draw your deck.
I want to play this armory before I play this conspirator. Yeah. Pawn for.
I like it. I like it. This is good.
Buy.
Card buy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
all right.
nice.
Doing things well.
Right, so probably
Pawn.
yeah, King's Court pawn. Get a oh they didn't they get a cover there? They should have, right? At 11? Not sure, maybe I missed it. Or miss
That's a good question. Did they forget to play all their treasures? Oh, they don't have pageant. That's a good point.
Oh, right. Right. That does make sense. Yeah, it makes sense that pageant wouldn't trigger if you don't have pageant. Silly me. Card coin maybe. I guess card buy because you want not because you want more twos.
Look at this coin doing nothing for you.
Right. Marks King's Courts. Don't hate it.
I believe Rafdawg is really low on plus buy, right?
Yeah, I don't think they have any pawns. They do have 2 charms, I think. They used a charm to gain a charm 2 turns ago. But yeah, not easy access to more plus buy, especially not if you like King's Court a pawn. Get a bunch of buys and buy a bunch of twos, but you cannot King's Court a charm. That's
There's
difficult.
so many spoils. Oh god, look at this. That's so much junk in the deck. Oh,
Yeah, these charms as
surely King's
well.
Court is weirder.
These charms are like pawns, but they don't draw a card.
You can buy Expedition with them. They could functionally draw.
Sure. That's true.
I'd probably use one of them for a gain to do King's Court Bank, and use the other one for Expedition.
Province is not it though.
Province? Are you buying a province? Is not acceptable. That is.
They can like buy a whole lot of provinces in a single turn in this game.
I would not buy a province in this game until the final turn.
Yeah, so you just want to like play like draw your deck, play all your coppers and silvers and stuff, and then like 2 or 3 banks to pile provinces. Is that enough? Probably should be. So you also get money from pawns if you do it right, and it converted as well. It's like 2 or 3 banks should be plenty.
These bandit camps are so bad.
I don't really need the actions they provide. At that point, it's just a cantrip that puts a yellow card in your deck.
Card buy. Maybe consider card coin on the third one.
Depending on what you draw. Or just another buy. The 2s are really good. You have 2 spoils in hand. If you have another plus buy, you could have got action. Oh wait, that was conspirator. Never mind.
The province. You don't need a province right now.
This is a sad King's Court.
Bank? No.
It's a sad throne room.
Please stop this.
This is a sad King's Court.
Unfortunate.
I guess just buy expedition maybe.
No, not. Expedition would have been a totally fine buy there.
There's been a lot of
Camp.
sad doublers and triplers in a row. I don't hate charm for Alina.
Seems fine.
Don't think they had 2 of those yet. That one of those.
King's Court Bank.
Yeah, I would like that, but they're going to go for province. Expedition. All right, those are like if you're gonna buy province, then the expedition is the correct second one. Yeah, repeating King's Court with your board guard and then not being able to take it. It's gotta feel bad. Oh, I think JNails is at a solid like 70-degree angle currently.
It's hard not to get tilted while doing third-party commentary.
Like if you're doing first-party commentary, then you're probably not buying gold.
Yeah, exactly. Like when you're the one playing, you have control over the plays.
Or ending actions here?
I'm confused. Why are we not? I'm so confused. Why would they just randomly not play their cards?
Could have probably reached triple province there.
I'm
Yeah,
so
it seems
confused.
over, but possibly not in a good way.
Oh, we can King's Court in the throne room or throne room the King's Court. Difficult choice. I guess we'll never know.
Oh no! Okay, never mind. I thought they were gonna. Oh, the second conspirator gets plus action, right? And then you just play the charm for plus
It's hard
points,
about what to gain with this armory for a choice that literally does not matter.
right? All right. Well, Raph clawed their way back into a tight position on 3-3.
It comes down to the final game.
Yeah, final game alert. Wee
The game 7 alert.
wee. Is game 7 random player again? It's just alternating still. I don't know. Probably still.
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't looked at the rules. I sure hope the rules say random player 7.
Oh, that wasn't random. All right. What have we here? There's some trashing with Temple probably. Does develop do anything? There is no village effect.
Septa's village.
Oh, right. I lied.
But pretty limited one.
Yeah. Can't play different. No
So
way of playing different terminals in a turn. Is that
yeah,
true?
I would think your two terminals here are outpost and your non-outpost turn, and then probably develop on your
Hmm.
outpost turn, and then seer for draw.
Also don't hate advisor. Hmm.
Oh,
Do
Rafdawg. Listen, Miser is not a real card. You can't gain that.
and sometimes if it's an engine board but you need thinning and it's only thinning available, maybe. If it's also only a good payload, then maybe, but there's other way better trashing here. There's also way better payload here. Seems nice. So if you have the choice of developing copper or estate, given that Sears on the board, and let's assume it doesn't matter for the price point you hit that turn, which would you choose?
Probably the estate.
Still, yeah.
Top deck something for next turn.
Yeah, something is unfortunately gonna have to be silver or develop, which I'm not sure if that's actually improving your next turn. Hmm. 3 silvers being gained seems like a lot, but then again, there's not really much else better to gain for 3. Probably you stop at 2 silvers. No, I guess you can buy more silvers because your main draw is going to be Seer. So they don't clog up your
I
deck
feel like
that much.
silver's into the back. Oh my god, where did the gold come from?
There's in the top left
Alina.
in the top left of your screen, next to the provinces, there's a pile of golds, and that's where all the golds start, and then they get added to your deck from that pile.
Gold looks horrible here. If you were to buy a treasure, just buying silver here is just straight up better than buying gold.
They also opted to
But
not.
like you'd buy
Hmm,
seer.
yeah. Alina also opted to not trash copper there with her temple, which I vehemently disagree with.
Copper is a good card.
Mhm. I mean, copper doesn't get drawn with Seer, and Estate does.
Buy temple, outpost,
Mm,
one of those two.
level up
Well, province is
Templar.
surely not the correct answer.
Oop. Templar as pure doesn't develop target, right? Mm. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, like early on, I just want to play the temple. It's a good trasher, but it's also a good develop target later.
Mm. Oh, I completely missed that. The fact that the Mountain Pass was in this kingdom. Took 11 and 8 and in a bit 10. Hmm. Seems kind of
It seems low.
low-ish. Yeah.
It,
It's like
and
one and a
we're
half
once again buying
turns.
province before getting debt control. This is not good.
Mm. It's like one and a half turns of money is 10 coins, or I guess 11 debt, which is not enough probably to give 9 points for. It's 8 points, right? 8 points. I mean, they're tied in points because of the temple points for Lina, which is nice. There goes to that. Yeah, definitely discard outpost there. I was surprised the last time they discarded gold over outpost. Not actually sure, but
Advisors are like advisors are really, really, really bad in a deck that isn't consistent because like you get this scenario where like there's one card in your deck you really want to play, which is your outpost, and they just pitch it, and then you don't get back around to
mm,
playing it. Advisor becomes a passable card when you build a deck that is like good enough that you can afford to discard some cards and still draw your deck.
right.
Um,
You like keep a seer as last as final cantrip, maybe gesture.
like if you have a bunch of seers and a bunch of advisors, that deck works fine.
Hmm.
But like that deck quickly falls apart when you add green too early and too few seers,
Hmm.
too few advisors.
Mm. Not sure why they
What?
scroll the seer there. I guess
Yeah,
they don't want to
that's,
trigger the
that's odd.
shuffle, but I don't think I mind triggering the shuffle there. Like you can still play your
The
develop
shuffle
that
that was
turn.
just there's the shuffle was their seer,
Yeah,
right?
that's about it.
Just
So
great shit, pull the trigger.
yeah, if you continue there, you can like play your seer. You can like maybe finally develop something into something good. And do that in addition to buying a province if you're that set on buying the province. Raf seems like they have better deck
And you
control
could
and will therefore likely.
I was about to say you could consider not playing one because you've top decked your seer.
Hmm.
But no, we wanted to discard it.
Do you like way the squirreling the develop there instead of trashing a copper?
Uh, probably treasure copper. It's not super clear.
Hmm. Right. What I was thinking, but also definitely unsure about whether that's better or not.
Develop the miser. Looks
Hmm.
great.
Yeah.
And seer silver.
So Rafdawg is one full province ahead. It's really tough for Lina to make up the points. Uh, yeah, I think Alina
Double
needs.
provincing would be trivial here if they'd built
Yeah, sure.
a deck.
From this point, very tough. You have to get your outpost probably to be able to win. That's not looking to be quite likely. Mm,
I'm not sure duchy there is better than just playing the temple and buying a
right.
temple. 3 points either way.
Yeah, you get rid of copper as well.
Temple comes with the copper trash. Plus temple is a better card in your deck than duchy for seer purposes and because you can play it.
Yeah. This is a province, so probably.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right, there
What
we
take?
go. That thought like a
I
duchy.
don't. I don't like the duchy so much. Maybe. No, I just don't like the dodgy so much.
Probably good. It's good enough to get the job done here, but
Yeah, I would have taken
oh,
Seer.
that's a very bad 3 cards to see with your Seer to top deck for next turn. Yeah, this is over.
Yeah, coming from behind for Rafdawg
Yeah.
was down 3-1 and is now out to win
Yeah, very nicely done.
their 4th game.
Yeah, I think his only hope now is Rafdawg completely whiffing every single turn and somehow getting enough tempo points. I mean, if Rafdawg continually buys the states, that scenario gets more likely.
Yeah, I mean, maybe with a good temple hand, but look at this $2 hand. This is not getting the job done.
Nope.
Yeah, they started greening way too early,
Hmm.
and the deck just totally fell apart.
Yeah.
I mean, like Seer, Advisor, Outpost was the right idea, but then they just like gave up on it and started buying provinces instead.
Yeah. Should have been able to easily buy either double province with like single province and then outpost turn province as well.
Yeah, like, you're surely building a double province here.
Yeah. And then you might be able to develop something into temple points maybe in your outpost turn. I guess. What would your second or other turn be? Possibly cut purge. I guess not. Cut purge doesn't really do much if your opponent's playing properly and thinning enough. All right. Well, down from 1-3 into the victory. Congratulations to Raf. Oh, they're gone already. All right. That's somewhere. Pleasure to be here, apparently. JNails, thank you very much for joining me on this adventure.
See you around.
And yeah, thank you all for watching. And I'll be back later for more content and stuff. See ya.